Okay, how many of you here are coaches? Raise your hand.
Right. I can be a coach.
That counts, that counts.
Okay.
Okay, and how many of you are freelancers? So I'd say half-half, almost, right? Okay, I've been a freelancer, I've become a coach, I've taught people, I've managed to 10x my prices in quite a short amount of time I was a photographer based in Amsterdam, and I was charging at the beginning low prices, 200, 400, things like that, and then I figured some things out, and then I managed to 10x those prices to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 per gig, and yeah, and then I started sharing my secrets online on Instagram, and then it just blew up. I got 120,000 followers in a year. From that, got crazy amount of leads. All the coaches came to me and they were like, you could make a lot of money. And I was making no money at all. It took all my time making content until I figured out some systems, how I can remove myself from my Instagram, still grow my Instagram, but spend much less time. So I'm really efficient with how I make content. For example, this I document. I try to document my life rather than create content. And then, and now I can run my business and I can make much more money than I used to, because when my Instagram grew, it took all my time and it gave me nothing. So those are my successes a little bit, but yeah, I think because there are more freelancers here, we'll start with the beginning of the story of how I managed to 10x my prices, and then we'll talk about the coaching side as well, and how I helped also other photographers, for example, make 30, 50K a month with photography, which is like, I know a lot. When I was a photographer, I didn't believe that was possible. I believe 10K, 20K was the max you could earn. And now I work with coaches who make $1 million a month as well. And so I can teach you all of that as well. All right? Yeah, so let's start. 18 years old, moved to Amsterdam all alone to the big city, scared, not knowing what to do, what I'm gonna do. I started as a waiter, and my dream was to become a DJ. So I was this passionate kid who was going to all the clubs, and I was like, hey, I can DJ for free, all those things, and no one really cared. Everyone was a DJ. Everyone I talked to was like, oh, I'm a DJ as well. What's unique about you? And so I remember one time I went to a club, a gay club, that I think they liked how I looked or something like that. So they let me, they let me play there, not because of my music, just because I was. I guess so. So they let me play there, and then I was playing there for 2 hours, completely empty. It was during the day, so I was just I was just playing there. And then after I finished playing, suddenly the main DJ comes. And the guy who was like, yeah, you can DJ, he was like, oh, actually, he was supposed to listen to you, but he was not there. He just got late. So basically, I played for nothing. So he came there and he was like, oh, you're a DJ. Cool, I'm a DJ too. What's special about you? Why should we hire you? And I was like, I actually don't know. Like, I just want to make people happy, right? There's nothing special about me. And then I realized everyone in Amsterdam is a DJ. The market is oversaturated with DJs. So I was looking at the people that I was inspired by, Martin Garrix, the big DJs, and I was looking at their Instagram, and I was like, I know the difference. They have really good photos. I should buy a camera. A completely wrong lesson, by the way, but I bought a camera, which was one of the best things I've done, and it was my last money as well. It was like not responsible, let's say. And so I bought a camera, and I was convincing myself why I should buy this camera. So I was like, maybe I can go and offer the clubs photos in DJ for free, and I can be friends with the owner, and then I can DJ for him. That was my thought process. So I bought a camera, and I started doing that. I was a waiter, so I was working like 10 hours a day, like hard working, and then with the little energy that was left, I would go on Facebook, find all the events, and I would message them, hey, I'm new to the area, I'm a photographer, I want to make photos for free for you, would you give me a chance? Now, little did I know, taking photos for clubs was much easier to start with for free than being a DJ. And it's because when you ask to be a DJ for free, you basically ask for an hour of their time to listen, and there's like a dance floor, so it's risky as well. So people don't trust that. But when you ask to make photos, you don't ask for any time. They just need to give you a free ticket, some drinks if they want to, and then they look at the photos, which takes 5 minutes. So there's little risk. So much more people told me, yes, you can take photos for free. And so that's how I started. I made a few, like I think three times or 4 times photos for free. And 2 people out of those 4 people told me, hey, we have a gig last minute. Can you take that? Like one of them said, we have a gig, the photographer canceled. Can you come? How much do you charge? I saw somewhere online 300 euros. So I was like, 300 euros. He was like, oh no, that's too much. We can maximum pay you 150. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. So with a bicycle in Amsterdam, driving in the middle of the night, taking some photos, really cool. It was terrible. My flash didn't work. It was dark. So I didn't really deliver, but they contacted me again. So not too bad. Then the second client I worked for free, he was like, hey, Sam, I like your energy. The photos are good. We can always improve, but come every month, I'll pay you $100. All right, 250 for the first month, right? And so that's how I started, made photos for free for everyone until I was a waiter, but all my focus, all my energy went to photography because it's growing, right? So I was not really caring about the waiter job anymore until they fired me. And it's really hard to get fired as a waiter because people need you. So I was doing really bad, I guess. Yeah, but that was like, okay, after half a year, they fired me. Now I go all in on photography. And that was really exciting. I was still looking for some waiter jobs just in case I fail. But I basically went all in and it worked really good. And I basically started for free and grew like this. And I was doing a lot of jobs. Actually, one thing that helped me a lot start was other colleagues, which is very unexpected. But in the club industry, there are a lot of photographers, but no one really wants to do the job. It's kind of a hard job because you need to do it at night. So a lot of people would get sick, would call out. So a lot of photographers would be like, hey, can you replace me last minute? So I was always in the weekend busy. And so I managed to make okay money, like maybe 1,000, 2,000, something like that. Until it got to a point where I was really like doing 4 gigs a day. Every gig was 200 or 400 a day. And it got really busy, but I was making no money. Almost no money. I was working really hard. You know, until I was doing that for 5 years, around or 4 years, until I met a French guy who was like my ex introduced me to him, and he was like, oh yeah, I just got a new job at Nike. Basically, my job is to go to meetings, drink fancy matcha because we have a huge cafeteria, and play ping pong. And I was like, fuck you, like I work harder than you. You probably make much more money than, like I didn't tell him that, but I was going later, I was looking at TikTok and I saw people like that make 100K a year. And I was like, I have more skills than him. I am really good at website design, designing, photography, videography. I can do all those things, but I'm making what, 20K a year. And so, yeah, and so that got me triggered. And I was like, damn, maybe I should just do this job. Why work so hard? Like I was working till 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., sometimes editing photos and doing photography. And so that's the first time I started thinking, okay, maybe I should do something new, something different. So I started hiring coaches, started reading books, buying courses of other photographers. And that changed everything for me. Suddenly I see like how people in LA, in Hollywood, make much more money. And what they do differently, they hire their mom and they call it as a manager, and they do a lot of like interesting tricks like that. And so I learned also a lot about investing, and I was like, your money should work for you. So I thought about that a lot, and I was thinking, okay, where can I make my money work for me? So I hired a web developer, even though I thought I was really good at website already, because I was spending a lot of time on my website. But then I hired a professional, and she helped me with SEO. She helped me with the design. My website looked much better. I paid her 1,000 or 2 for that. And suddenly I'm ranking number 1 on Google, and I get like really good clients. Like a lot of people start reaching out to me. Also, how I communicated my prices was very different. What I did was, and I've never seen anyone do that almost in the photography industry. And it's something I actually brought from the coaching industry to the photography industry because I was learning from a coach. And so what it is basically most photographers or freelancers, they communicate what they do in a very shallow, surface level way. which is I do photos and that's $4,000. And no one would be like, oh yeah, just for photos, let me pay $4,000, right? And so what I did that was different was I communicated I do much more than photos. So it's like, hey, my prices are 4K. Because I got a lot of emails of like people requesting, I could basically raise my prices all the time and test different things, and it wouldn't hurt me so much to get people not responding to me. And so I tried a lot of emails, right? I tried a lot of responses. And so I basically said, my prices are 4K, and here's what you get. And then it's basically a link that shows all the things that you get. So number one would be, for example, I will guide you. And then I show a really creative photo of before guiding, someone who's very uncomfortable, and then after guiding, someone who's really comfortable and confident and really looking good on camera. And so now they think, okay, he's not just taking photos, he's also guiding me, right? Now it's more valuable. The second thing was I'll edit the photos, and then you show before editing, after editing. And you know, between photographers, it's very clear, like everyone edits their photos. Everyone knows that. But the client doesn't know what the difference is. Like they don't care about editing until you can show them a before and after of a really good example. And now it's worth money. And now I communicated also that it takes me hours to edit photos, right? So now it's like, okay, well, he edits photos, he guides me. He's not just hands with a camera. Because most people, they think when they hire you, you're just hands with a camera, right? You're just doing the shallow stuff, the basic stuff. And then also I started saying like, I'll make videos of you, I'll come up with lighting, I'll come up with a whole plan, I'll come up with ideas, I'll bring prompts or different things to it. And so I came up with a list of 12 things that I will do for someone to help them solve the biggest problem that they have, which is feeling comfortable in front of the camera, editing. It's like making sure that the photos get the most results at the end. And then TikTok came along. And I was like, okay, well, kids with an iPhone get more results in marketing and more attention than me with my professional and fancy camera with a lot of years of experience and all the ego that I built up. And I was like, I'm doing something wrong. I got to learn from those kids on TikTok. And so I tried to basically because of how I wrote the emails and how I basically communicated the value and all the experience that I had, I managed to 10x my prices. Like that's part of it. Also sales is a really important part. But then TikTok came, and I was already working with some big clients. And I wanted to also make videos for them so they can post it on Instagram, because I saw that they hired me, they paid me a really good amount of money, a few $1,000s, and then, or euros, and then they would post it on Instagram and it would get 2 likes. And I was like, what are we doing here? We can do much better than this. And so I started making those videos for them. But they didn't really know how to use them. They ruined those videos. They didn't know how to add captions. So then I was like, okay, well, you're ruining everything I give you. Let me just do it for you. But they didn't trust me to do it because they're big agencies or big corporations. And so, yeah, and so I basically started to teach them how to do it or to help them do that, but they didn't really listen. And so I was like, okay, if I think I'm this good, why not just do it for myself, right? Booked a one-way ticket to Thailand, so I have no distractions because I'm really bad at saying no to people when they want to give you money. And so in Thailand, I was like, I'm going to post every single day for 30 days. Otherwise, something terrible should happen to me. Or so like, I just did it, right? I challenged myself. And before that, I learned a lot. I collected a lot of information. And one of the biggest secrets that helped me blow up, because after those 30 days, I got from 5,000 followers to around 35,000 followers, maybe 32 or 33. And so it just blew up in the first few days. And there were a few really interesting principles that I used, that I basically went all in on and tested them. And so one of them was share your secrets, sell the implementation. And that was really scary for me to do because my secrets were how I edited my photos. And I was terrified that if I show how I edit my photos, all my competitors in the Netherlands or in Amsterdam would just steal how I edit, and then I wouldn't be unique anymore. Or how I presented my prices, or how I 10x my prices, or how I communicate with my clients. Or, for example, we had also like a photo booth, and we had like a lot of really unique stuff that were pretty niche that no one was doing. And that's also how I managed to 10x those prices. And so I basically shared all of those things. And photographers from all over the world, they were like, this is amazing. I need to do this, the same thing. People were really raving about it. It was incredible. One of the first videos actually that went viral for me is I hired a video editor in the Philippines. Paid them $5 video. Found them on onlinejobs.ph. And I basically sent them, like, I made a course because I wanted to make money from it. So I made a course and I tried to sell it, but no one followed me back then. So no one knew that I was selling the course, so I didn't sell anything. So it was just laying there on my WordPress website and doing nothing, collecting dust, right? And so I come across this quote of Alex Hormozi, share your secrets, sell the implementation. So I was like, okay, well, let's try it. I give him the course to this editor and I tell him like, hey, can you make some reels out of that? And I felt like something was missing, which was basically the principle, why I'm doing all of that. And so I sent him a voice memo of like, this is why I'm doing those things, right? 1 minute voice memo. And what he did, super lazy, and I was like quite pissed about what he did, but he basically took the video, the course video, and he sped it up 100 times, added a voiceover that I sent him on top of it, and that's it. And I was like, no, dude, you gotta like pick the right parts from the video and add this and do a lot of things that I would probably not do myself as well. But he just did it. And it was 12 a.m. in Thailand, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I just need to post it. So I just posted it anyway. And I was thinking this was terrible. But the next day it got 1 million views. And that's the first time something blew up for me. And so a big lesson I took from it is that I don't really know what I'm doing. Like sometimes like something lazy that, you know, a good voiceover and showing something interesting is much better than overcomplicated things. Yeah, okay. And that's the phase where I made no money, right? Instagram took all my time, made no money at all. I tried to sell a little bit of courses. I was like, okay, the first thing that went viral was this, how I edit my photos, right? And so I was thinking, okay, well, now I have a lot of people who follow me. They're interested in this. How can I make money from it? Because I wanted also to travel the world and make money while I sleep. There's this quote that also changed my life. If you can't make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And so that's also what triggered me to kind of, okay, we got to do something bigger than photography. Yeah, so I started trying to sell this course. No one really wanted to buy how to edit photos. So I was thinking, like, the next problem was, what can I sell to make the most amount of money when I got attention, right? I got followers, I got attention. People are like, hey, asking me questions, all those things. Well, what can I sell them? And so, you know, I could sell this for $100 because how much is it really valuable? Like, how valuable is it really to learn how to edit photos? It's okay, it's not like the biggest problem, right? And so I started hiring coaches around this, learning a lot. And one of the biggest principles that I learned to make the most amount of money is solve the biggest problem you can. Like, people do want to learn how to edit photos. And the second thing that went viral for me was how I interact with my clients, or how I get really high-paying clients. So I could make another course about how to, you know, how to interact with clients, how to get amazing clients. But what they really want, photographers' biggest problem is money, right? So that's where I learned, okay, if I just put all the courses that I've made on how to interact with clients, how to edit photos, and I make all of that in how to make 10, 20K, because that's what I was making back then, 10, 20K a month as a photographer. Now that solved the biggest problem, I can put all the mini courses underneath it, and I can teach them and help them solve the biggest problem. Because if you want to make 10, 20K a month as a photographer, you need to learn how to edit really good photos. And there's a lot of things you need to learn. And so instead of selling a course for $100, now I can sell it for $500 or $1,000, right? Okay, so I made a little bit of money. The most amount of money was on Black Friday, 7K online. Pretty good. Before that, it was also like nothing. It was like 1,000, 0. It was really fluctuating. It was like, I'm still figuring it out. And, you know, it's kind of hard also going from making 10, 20K a month to 0 or to 1,000. All right, yeah.
Like, what's your philosophy about, like, how did you? Because it sounded like you got like then so many things going on. How did you scale that? Like, how did you manage to do all those things at once? And what's your philosophy about like scaling?
Manage what at once?
Like, did you outsource a lot?
Yeah, I started outsourcing, so video editing. I tried to outsource. Yeah, so hiring people in the Philippines. Oh, what I did actually when I was a photographer. When I was a photographer was really interesting. I hired people in the Philippines already to edit my photos, to edit my videos as well. And so I could offer my clients like a lot more for a cheaper amount of price, right? So if you would offer videos and photos, if you go to someone professional, it could cost you 8K. I could offer it for 4K. So you see, the philosophy is still like you're giving someone a good deal. You're just offering them a lot, and you're helping them get results, which is the most important thing. Like if your photos don't help them get more clients, or your videos don't convert as an ad, it doesn't really help. So results is the best marketing, in my opinion. And so I was already working with a lot of clients. I was working with Tommy Hilfiger, calling clients. So I got a lot of credibility because of that, and so I got more people coming in and paying more because they see that you have the experience. Anyway, Thailand. I got out of Thailand with 35,000 followers, maybe even 40, something like that. Went back to Amsterdam, and that's where I was like, okay, I'm doing it. Like, I'm not making money from it really, but I see that this can work, and I want to travel. And I was actually also burned out from photography anyway, and I did everything that I wanted to do. So I was going to do my last jobs, and then I wanted to book a one-way ticket to Bali. And so I came here. And I had this mindset, okay, if I want to meet successful people and inspiring people, I am going to go to the most inspiring places, right? To the most expensive places. So I bought this membership for, how do you call it? B-Work, right? Everyone knows B-Work, right? Expensive co-working space. I went there and I heard 3 Dutch people talking about content. And I was a little bit scared, but I approached them and I was like, hey, I just heard you speak about content, monetization. I just got like 75,000 followers, but I'm making almost no money from it. And then one guy was like, this is the OG of the Netherlands of making money online. And I found out he was making $400,000 last month. And he makes around $1 million a month. And so first of all, it was like, holy shit, I didn't know it was even possible to make so much money a month. I've never met anyone who does that. I was quite shy. I was like, whoa. And then I was like, can you show me your Instagram? I want to see what you're doing differently. And I had the audacity to tell him, like, your Instagram sucks. Like, you're doing everything terrible. And so successful people don't get triggered easily. So he was like, okay, well, maybe you can help me then. And yeah, and I was like, so how do you make so much money? He was like, ads. I just run ads. And I was like, okay, well, that makes sense. That's interesting. Anyway, we went back to the Netherlands. I helped him a little bit with videos. We became good friends. I learned a lot from him. And he told me, hey, Sam, you should stop selling courses for 100 or 500 or $1,000. Do you want to help a lot of people a little bit? Or do you want to help a few people and change their whole life? And the answer was quite clear to me. I want to see a transformation. I want to help people change their life. And so he was like, stop selling all those courses and do free calls, free sales calls. And I was like, I was terrified. I was like, if someone pays me online $100 or $1,000, I'd never wanted to talk to them because I was so terrified that it was terrible, that the course was terrible. I was just afraid that they would say that it wasn't good or something like that. And so that was the first time I was like, I made a post. It took me 5 minutes to make. And I already had like maybe 80,000 followers. I made a post and it says, news, I now do free calls. Ever wondered why some photographers get 400 and others 4,000? I managed to 10x my prices. I can show you how. I posted that. It was just basically something I wrote in my story, and then I downloaded it, made it as a post. It took me 5 minutes. And I opened a Calendly account, which I've never done before. So I just opened a Calendly, opened it for 2 weeks, and that's it. I put it in my bio. And then I posted it. Boom! I get so many notifications. Everyone is booking a call. It was crazy. And so my whole calendar for the next 2 weeks, every 30 minutes I had a call. I had like, I think 15 calls a day. It was crazy. All right. I was also terrible at sales. I didn't know what I was doing at all. So I closed maybe 1%, like almost no one. So I did a lot of calls and I just gave value for free. And people were like, thanks, you're awesome. I'm not going to buy from you, but you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. So it was really interesting. And so that made me go and buy some courses about how to, or coaching programs about how to sell better and how to, the whole psychology of sales. I learned from some of the best people in the world. They make 5 or 6 or 7 million a month, 56 million a year. And so I paid them a lot of money as well. But since then, I managed to help a lot more people, close a lot more. And one thing I've noticed, it was really interesting because I was helping also a lot of people for free. It's my passion. I love helping people for free. And so what I noticed that was really interesting is that the people I help for free, my friends, family, people online, they got no results. But the people who paid me the most, they got the biggest results. That's where like someone grew from like making $200 a month to 10,000 or 15,000 actually a month in 1 month. Like boom, because he paid me a lot of his money, and because he paid me, he paid a lot of attention and he invested. And everything I told him to do, he wouldn't argue, he would just go and do that. And then he would see, okay, this actually works. I think that's it, basically. That.
Can I plant a question?
Yeah.
So you
Questions.
were talking about what is these Dutch content creators that were making 400,000 MRR?
Between 400K and $1 million a month.
Yeah. What was their product?
They were coaching people on how to invest.
But like live? Did they do like 100 people in a call? Or like
Yep.
scale them all?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question. So he told me to read 2 books that kind of, I wouldn't say changed my life, but they opened my eyes. 2 books. One is .com Secrets, and the other one is Expert Secrets. Right now, better books would be Alex Hormozi, speaks about similar principles. Yeah, he's awesome. Alex Hormozi is the best. But yeah, that was eye-opening to me, and I actually, the reason he helped me, this coach, was because I read those books, and I read them twice, and I didn't get anything. It was just a lot of information. It was so overwhelming. And I came to him like, hey, you told me to read the books. I read the books. I just don't know what to do with my life. Like, it's so overwhelming. I have no clue where to start even with all of this. And then he was like, you're awesome. Appreciate you listening. And then he helped me out. He helped me out for free. I helped him out with other things. And so one of the things he told me with sales is 2.5K a course, you do it yourself. 5K, we do it together, group coaching. 15,000, one-on-one, I do it with you, right? So you go on a sales call and you have 3 options. 2.5K, you do it yourself. 5K, we do it together. 15K, I do it with you. Make sense? And so you can also add like another thing, which is 30K, for example, which is I do it for you.
Yeah. Okay. So you upsell, downsell.
Well, you just look at someone's situation and you're like, how much money you're making, how much do you want to invest, different things, and then you just recommend the right thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like if they're really rich and you ask them like, hey, do you want to be part of a group coaching? You want to do it together, or you want to like one-on-one? And then they say, like, because they're rich, they would say more one-on-one. And so you just pitch that, for example. Yeah.
I think Alex Hormozi is also always saying like that you should always have like a premium product.
Yep.
That also, if like nobody buys this, it's just like an anchor and a trust point.
Yeah.
How is that for you? And just ask questions if you have some.
Yeah. Please do ask questions. I'm done with my speech. I don't have experience with that, where I'm like Like I have people who pay me $15,000, so you could say it's really good. But now, for example, I'm thinking about even a higher product, which will be me flying to someone and doing it for them and building them a studio and doing a lot of things like that, which could be a really cool offer to do, right? Yeah. Do you have a specific like thing for you that I can help you with?
I mean, like in my case, like with me now, like trying to create experiences where I bring people on. I guess it's hard with that, no?
If I were you,
you get like all the people, and then that would be weird if you charge them different prices or something.
yeah. Do you want me to tell you what I would do if I were you? One of the principles, so first principle is solve the biggest problem you can for people, right? What are the biggest problems? Like if you help them network with other people, that's cool. But if you help them find their love of their life, okay, we're talking about a bigger problem, right? If you help them come over like fears and help them make more money, that's also interesting, right? That's one principle. And then this other principle is work with the richest people you can work with, because they just pay better. And they have less beliefs around money. Like when you're rich, you just want to spend money. When you don't have money, you don't want to spend money. You want to spend time or different things, right? So when you work with less rich people, they would offer you more like, hey, I can help you build it. I can help you with this. I can help you with this. They couldn't pay you. But when you work with rich people, they would be like, hey, I don't have time. Don't take my time. Just like take how much money you want or how much money it's worth, right? And so if I were you, I would probably offer this, because you're German, right? So I would offer, so that's a unique thing, right? Not everyone is German and not everyone understands the culture or speak it. So I would probably pitch it to corporations because corporations have a lot of money in Germany, and then make a whole plan for them. Also, the person with a vision attracts people to him. So if you're like, hey, I can help you with organizing a trip, you can tell me what you're looking for and I can help you organize it. It's not going to get so much things. But if you're like, hey, I work with one of your competitors, they found out that this event really helped them. We flew everyone to Bali and I have this vision where we can help connect all the teams, and we can also connect you, or for example, if you target only entrepreneurs, which is a great market as well, only people who already make above $1 million a year can come to it. And so you're going to connect to high level individuals. I'm going to bring some girls as well. And we're going to do masterminds. We're going to do this and this and this and this. That's more the roads I will go to.
How much do you think is it like good to niche down? Because like with
It
a
is.
trip, you could sell like a lot of experiences in one. You could say like, oh,
Yeah.
you might find the love of your life and meet incredible entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
But then it makes it more vague.
Exactly. So 100% niche down. Like I don't know your specific scenario exactly. Like we need to look at, for example, what you love doing yourself, what you're good at, what you have good experience. Like just from observing you have a lot of confidence, or you're just like very, you're funny, you're things like that. So you could help people get out of their comfort zone and do stupid stuff. That would be a unique thing that you could do that other people wouldn't be able to do, as an example, right?
But you're saying like really, really specific?
Yeah,
But like I would be afraid to get like, because for example, when you offer it to entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
it's like already kind of specific,
Uh-huh.
but like it's like then you can still say like, okay, it's a fun trip and you meet amazing entrepreneurs and work on your business and have like transforming experiences, which would be like my dream package personally. But
the tip I would, you can make content about it and see who you attract. But the tip I would give you would be, think about the richest person you know, and it would probably be a friend of your family, or friends of your parents, someone like that who owns a company or something like that, who already trusts you, who already, he likes your vibe, and then approach him and be like, hey, this is my dream. This is what I love doing. I would love to help you do that. And don't think about money yet, because you're building the experience. And he would give you money anyway if you do a good job. You can say even like, you can donate whatever you want, whatever you feel is good. But you help him organize something. You hop on a call with him. You figure out his pain points, what you can do to help. How can you build his community around him, or help him with his community, or help him with his company, and then you help him, you make him happy. If he's happy, you would recommend it to a lot of people. You also document everything. You make a lot of content, which is another very unique thing that no one else is doing. Like, hey, come with me to this event, and I will document everything and make videos of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, imagine, like this person already pays for that. He already pays a few couple thousands for someone to organize that. Then he pays another 10,000 for a videographer to fly over with him and do all of those things. If you can do both of those things in one, you save him a lot of money and you make him really happy.
Okay. No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else has a problem?
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, so what exactly are you doing right now? Are you coaching photographers or are you coaching coaches?
Yeah, so one of the principles with him is like work with the richest people you can. Photographers are not really rich. It takes a lot of effort to convince a photographer to invest in a coach. On the other side, coaches, they invest in coaches all the time. Yeah. They know, so it's much easier to convince them. And so I was shocked and surprised by how easy it is to work with coaches. I have one coach that I work with. I work mainly with people in the health industry, like health coaches, or in the finance coaches, crypto people and stuff like that. And so I had this one client that I, by coincidence, met, and she was the easiest sell I've ever made. She was just like, hey, this sounds amazing. Send me the link, I'll pay you. And then.
But did you tell her your offer?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. She was asking what my offer is and things like that. And then we worked together. She was so happy. She referred 10 people to me. And I was like, holy shit. Okay, I need to stop working with photographers. I need to work with coaches. Yeah.
What's your offer then?
What my offer is, it's a lot. I would basically help them make content in an effortless way, in a way that saves a lot of time. So I'd help them with hiring video editors, with making content. I would sometimes help them with the content themselves. I would teach them how to edit videos, how to make content with Instagram, things like that. I would help them build a studio. So we would buy them a camera, we would put it on the desktop, we would buy lights, all of those things. Those are problems that really high individuals have, right? Time, they want to look good on the camera. They do already a lot of Zoom calls and meetings, so they can just record that. So you have like a one-click recording software, things like that. And then I basically train them on how to speak in front of the camera so they can get the most leads and they can go the most viral. And then the funnel as well, so I help them make money from it. ROI is really important. So we have a lot of AIs in the DMs that we tested and we tried, messaging, website stuff. I would just go into the whole business and change everything around. I would, usually on a sales call, I would go and like roost them. I'd be like, your website is terrible, content's terrible, this is terrible, all of those things are terrible. And they would be like, okay, thanks for letting me know that there's a better option. And then I'd be like, well, I can help you solve all of that. And they would be like, okay, let's go. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who has more questions?
Actually, it's very interesting that you said the crypto thing and the health, because I started as a crypto consultant. And in that period of my life, I learned a lot about confidence speaking. There was a big part that is really BD, even though I was I was working under a company. But the fact that I was hired as a consultant to other clients made me feel a bit of a freelancer. So I learned quite some skills. But on the side, my biggest purposes ever have always been wellness coach, study on the side, learn a lot. And I thought, okay, this is really what I want to do in life. And I'm just going to give you an overall idea of what I did in the last 6 months, and I would love to hear if you have any feedbacks.
Yeah.
I just said, okay, I want to be humble. I have no knowledge about how to scale this, so I hired a coach, business social media coach, and she huge fan of Hormozy herself, so she really helped me out with great advice. And after that, I joined this community of content creators, only women, entrepreneurial women.
Yep.
And it's doing pretty well, and I'm really, people are interested in my coaching, and I offer the upsell is really like one test, like a medical test, and then based on that, one-on-one coaching and group coaching. The problem that I'm figuring out right now is that my audience is not reaching people outside of my bubble, you know what I mean? Like people that I met in events, networking, yes, but it's not reaching people outside of it that come to my profile. I'm wondering, there must be something, either it's just because it's too early, or I'm not posting enough, or don't know that.
Did you make your pillars? Do you post like top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, middle of the funnel content?
No.
That's probably why. Because you are probably just posting bottom or middle of the funnel content. And this is for the people that already follow you and they love you and they are familiar. But we also have to post top of the funnel, which is like awareness content. And it's for people that they never came around you. So also means kind of like the first idea when they see your content, they will kind of get what you are all about. And that's what can drive them to follow you.
I love that. So like more structured.
Yeah, just like to know, like to have it clear pillars, and then like divert them into the funnels.
Okay, that's really cool. Thanks. Yeah, really appreciate
You
it.
can maybe like have a look on what the funnels are,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in more depth, because it took me, like I had to go through it like 5 times to properly
Yeah.
understand. But yeah,
Nice.
top of the funnel is like awareness content.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
That's a good one as well. I don't do it myself. I don't think about those things really or structure it. I'm more like, oh, I have an idea. Let's get it out there as soon as possible and in the best way as possible. From my experience, so one of my biggest struggles lately was niching out from photographers to coaches or entrepreneurs in general. And I was thinking like, oh, I'm dead. I need to open a new Instagram. Like I will not attract those people. Then I still tried, and then one post got 250,000 views, and it's basically me showing how I basically make content without spending time. And that got me 2 clients who paid me a lot of money, and they never saw me before. They just saw the reel, booked a call, and they bought. And so one fascinating thing as well that I notice when I buy stuff or when my friends buy stuff, high-level people, they're really fast with judging. They're like, okay, this is it or this is not it. Let's hop on a call, give me the information as soon as possible, and I'll buy from you. Of course, sometimes you need to nourish people more. You need to, they need to trust you more and things like that. But that's when they don't. But there is also this 0 to 100% in a few hours, or in less than in an hour actually. And so my tip for you would be, like, if we talk about how to make content, which is basically the question, right? The most important thing, the top priority, is what do you show? And most people show their face, which is not interesting enough. You're a beautiful girl, so you'll get more attention showing your face, but I would still show what you're doing. So show what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Well, a lot of wellness knowledge based on like epigenetic science, or really like, it's a bit complicated to explain, but it's about
Exactly.
well-being 360 degrees, not just like that's your nutritional plan.
Exactly. So you probably like drawing something or things like that gets a lot of attention and shows that you know what you're talking about. And it's a good way to communicate complicate things, because that's what people love. That's what people really want. They want complicated stuff explained in a simple way. Another principle that helped me a lot is the more low brain power you can make it, the more views you will get and the more people will understand it. So that's why visuals. Yeah. So for example, a lot of people I see that they love talking in fancy terms. Like from hearing you also like speaking in fancy terms, which is a little bit like, hey, look, I'm smart. No doubt you're smart. But people don't understand it, and people are like just doom scrolling, they don't have too much brain power. They don't, like if you can explain it to a kid, now you got people's attention, much more people. And the most viral videos have no talking at all, right? It's Mr. Beast holding money, right? Everyone gets it. Like you don't need to think about it. Like imagine Mr. Beast explaining that.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, and then the funnel also, like you get the attention, and the second most important thing would be what would make them to go take the next step, to comment a specific word for a specific freebie, or what would be the best thing. And my advice, and one mistake that I did was create those freebies, PDFs, all those things. I don't sell courses. If I would sell courses, it would make sense. But if I sell service, I sell coaching, or I sell like service that I do for people. And so it's much better to offer a service, because it attracts the right people. Like if you make a lot of money, you don't care about a PDF. You don't want to read it. Like maybe you do, maybe you don't. But when you're someone successful, you just want it done for you. So one of the things that I do, for example, is I would go and roost someone, right? So the next step for me is like, hey, comment X, and I will go and roost your Instagram, or go and give you an audit for your Instagram and give you free feedback.
Good. Yeah. Makes sense.
So one follow-up.
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. So what you said was very, like, you think very tactically about like your funnel, where on top of the funnel is awareness. What were the other two?
Bottom of the funnel, and then middle of the funnel, and then bottom.
Yeah.
And the middle is where you nurture, and the bottom is when you sell, basically.
Yeah,
Or they're
okay.
ready to kind of
Conversion.
Convert,
Right.
yeah.
So discovery, nurture, or
Yeah.
so now I'm
Yeah.
wondering, like, because you only use Instagram, but I think Instagram is pretty hard for discovery. If I would now think like, okay, which medium fits?
It's actually the best way for discovery.
How would you structure
It's the best way for discovery.
this? Instagram,
Yeah.
without like with ads or without ads?
No, without ads. I don't do ads.
I would suggest like use trial reels.
Yeah.
You don't need to spend
Exactly.
trial reels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
this
just
push
like
you out of your own.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just for now, for the people that don't follow you, it's purely for discovery.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like free ads for your
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually a good tip. It's amazing. Trails can be like, I repost the same videos and it gets viral again. And got
So your 250K post, like, oh, this went kind of viral. Was that like, oh, I'm gonna do this more like an awareness post, or because you said it was?
I don't think about it.
structured.
I don't do the structure stuff. I don't think about it. I just think, okay, what is my ideal problems? Like from this, like this, for example, I would go and think, okay, what questions were I asked? Okay, those are the problems that people have. People pay attention to their problems, right? Especially when it's niche, something you cannot find online. Like for example, I have a toe problem, or I have like this broke. No one else has that. And you see someone who's making really niche content about it, I would go and buy from him instantly. I would hop on a call because it's so niche. No one else is doing it. I'm in pain. I would go and pay him immediately. So that's how I think about it. And I try to get people who are in pain, who are looking for things. But then, you know, a lot of people follow me, and then I just make more content about it until they book a call, and then, yeah.
Well, I have a question for the trial reels. You said the same post.
Mm-hmm.
So you first posted, and then in your audience, and then you post it again as a trial.
Yep.
So not directly as a trial.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
do
yeah.
option. You can do first trial if you want. You can know that you will have option, and on Instagram it will give you like this like table that this reel got a lot of traction. Feel free to share it in your microphone.
Yeah, you can make also variations. But yesterday, it's a good example. Yesterday I posted, or 2 days ago, I posted something. It got, I think, 7,000 views on my Instagram, which is not good. And I posted, at the same time, I posted it also as a trail, and it got 130,000 views. I don't know why. Like I know why. It's like when you show, like when people look at me already, they already know everything that I do. So maybe they are like, okay, well, I already know what he's about. But when new people are seeing it, it's like they react differently, and maybe that's why. So it's a little bit of luck, but also video. Yeah. Yo.
I do have a different question because I'm just starting, and I was wondering if you felt like a professional or an expert yourself when you start like with those courses and the coachings, because
Like this
I
syndrome?
don't really know. Like I just started social media and I'm building my audience,
Yeah.
and it's really hard to like say, okay, now I'm far enough to say that I'm a professional and I can teach somebody else.
Yeah.
Like I'm really at the beginning of my journey.
Yeah.
And I was always wondering about like, are you just playing fake it till you make it and you just do it with confidence? Or when do you say that you reach the degree that you actually are ready to coach somebody else?
Yeah, amazing question. I've had this as well myself, and the real problem is how you communicate everything. So you don't want, so the biggest difference you want to change is this is how to this is how I. When you say this, like, and it's a big principle, you don't want to say how to, because then you're claiming authority, which you don't have yet. But when you say, this is how I got this thing, or I just landed a client, or I just moved to Bali, I just did this. Whatever you have already, you say how I did this instead of how to or how you should, right? Because when you say you should do this and people see that you don't have credibility, they would hate you, get haters. But when you say this is how I did this, or I'm going to do this, that's the first tip. The second tip would be do a done for you service. Start with that. Like, you want to make content, go do content for yourself and for other people, even if you start for free, right? And then you get them results. Or you do it for a cheaper price, right? Hey, this is my passion. This is what I love doing. Are you looking for anyone to help you with your social media? And everyone is looking for someone to help them with their social media. And then, yeah, I would probably approach, if I were you, someone in Germany, because they have money, especially the corporations, or, they're harder, but smaller businesses, not restaurants, because they don't have so much money, but maybe like real estate or like industries with money. Ask them, hey, can I help you with Instagram? Like whatever you pay now, I will do it for cheaper. You get a client like that easily. And you say it's your dream. And then you just give your best to them. You give your best to yourself. I know it's exhausting, but you still do it. And then you get results. And now you can start talking, right?
So you're just saying that you don't really get to that point where you also think, okay, I'm an expert now, because you, do I get it right that you still are growing yourself?
Yeah, everyone is growing.
So you're still developing, right? You would not say that, oh, I'm an expert now, I can teach everybody this. Of course, you have this range of stuff that you can teach,
yeah,
but there's still air for you.
I think it's a natural human thing. You always want to grow, so you would always look at people. Like, I look at those people who make $1 million to $5 million a month, right? So I'm like, I have nothing to offer you, right? But it's not true. They still want to buy from me, and so it's their perspective, right? They still want to buy from me because they know I have some skills and they need people. But also, there's people who want to do what I've done already. That, for example, you're here in Bali. I bet a lot of your friends would want to know how it is and how it is to move there, right? You don't think about it, but it's a thing, right? Yeah. So I would go to reach out to people in Germany, tell them that it's your dream and that you want to do it and you will do it for cheaper than the normal price, and get them the craziest results. And then you get your first reel to 10,000 views or 100,000 views. And now you can start saying, hey, I got this reel to 100,000 views. This is how I did it. But you don't even need to do it. You can just document your life. You can...
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Context is doing 10 million views a month. So
yeah,
she's not a beginner.
I came to Bali.
Really good.
Well, you got a client here. He wants to learn how to do that.
Yeah. Well, when the problem is that I don't really know how to do it. I'm just being myself
she has
somehow.
really imposter syndrome. She's doing really good, and getting a lot of attention, but
just change it from this is how to, this is how I got this. Yeah. Just say I got 1 million followers, or I got 10 million views this month, and this is exactly what I did. Or come with me to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, but I hope I'm free to say it like this, and I really make myself offended right now. I do harmful. I don't know what I did. Bro, I don't really know what I did myself. So it's really hard to say that I'm gonna show what I did if I was just randomly posting. You could, what is the goal? To make money? Yeah.
Okay. Then what you could do is be I got 10 million views this month. I have no clue why. What I'm guessing, it's because I have a beautiful face and I'm doing X, Y, and Z and I'm posting a lot. I want to do this also for your company, or if you have a company and you want me to do UGC content for you as well, and maybe get 10 million views like I got myself, reach out. That would be my offer. I would make a video like this, post it on Instagram, and then send that video to a lot of companies. Yep.
I would say, or should we continue? I would say everyone can do their own stuff and come up to you if they have some more questions, and you can make a small circle here.
Yeah. Thank you.